Hello everyone, this is GM Var Akobian with 1000 GM, and we're doing a recap video of the round number 8 of the 2022 US Chess Championship. In this round we had a lot of draws here, but the highlight game we have is the game Elshan MORADIABADI with the white piece against Ray Robson. Ray won this game, and he's keeping his chances alive to become the US champion for the first time and getting closer to break the 2700 FIDE for the first time. In this round, we had Sam Savian drawing against Fabiano Caruana, Christopher Yoon lost against Jeffrey Zhong, Wesley So drew Jario Schwirtz, Avander Liang drew Sam Shankland, Lenderman drew Dominguez, Aronian drew Hans Niemann, and this is our highlight game with MORADIABADI playing with the white pieces. Prior to this round, MORADIABADI lost already a couple of games, so we were expecting he will come out and play some solid chess, which he did, but of course he's still trying to strike back to get a victory. So DC, D3, Bishop C5. So we have the exchanged line here, and now knight D7. Black has double pawns, but also has the pair of the bishops. 6, knight C5. Knight goes on E6. And the point of the knight on E6, it controls the D4 square and also threatening to play the move knight F4. C3, C5. Queen C2, B6. Rook FD1. Queen D7. A4, bishop A6. Now bishop A6, putting pressure on D3. B4. Rook D8, now putting pressure on D3. B5, bishop B7. I like how white is playing here, activating the queen, and I enjoy white's position. I think this is a really nice position. And here, so far I'm very happy, and I really like how Elshan has played this game. But here I see the slight inaccuracy already here. He's concerned about the move knight F4 here, but here I think just move A5 is very strong. Because if knight F4 is played, you just swap. Take, now A7 is hanging. You just come in. Now opponent has to defend. When he does that, there is a check here, but just simply, you can play king F1 for starters, or you can also play the move C4. Now here, G3, attacking the knight. You cannot take with the rook because I will take your knight. And if you take here, simply a nice idea. Boom, boom, knight E1. If you move the knight somewhere, you're losing on D8. If you play C4, I just simply take. Takes, rook D8, and white will have the advantage here. Because, yeah, your knight is not going to get probably trapped, but here you're going to be at a disadvantage here. So let's back it up here. So we have... but instead he played the move G3. When you're in this position, you don't want to hesitate with the move A5. This is something you want to go with it. Now play A5. Because if you don't play it, opponent is going to do it. And G3 also weakens the light squares. I understand the idea was to stop knight F4, but I think it's important not to weaken the position. Takes. Knight F5. Now knight F5, now there's a beautiful tactic here. Let's say if you play C6, take, knight G7, winning a pawn back, okay? So you have to really watch out for this because queen E6 is very strong. So castles, queen C2. I don't like this move because it's retreating, so it's better to try to make a break in the center here. So for example, the move D4. Try to break the position to open it up. Now if takes, you just take back with a pawn. Takes, knight takes D4. Knight takes D4, you take back. And the point is now if takes, you're going to take back with the knight on B3. You can land the knight on C5. If you play C5, yeah, you don't want to do this because this is going to be a problem. After the exchanges occur, you're going to play the move C4. That's a problem. So, now C5. Yeah, just simply take knight B3. and knight will go on c5. It's just going to be about equal position, you know, and on c5. So I think very important moment here. Just don't want to go back. Once you play the move queen c2, you're just going to be worse. King h8, queen h5, putting pressure on f3, d5. So he's definitely counting on this move, but here is a very nice move here by Ray Robson, because if you take on f3, you're actually going to be in big trouble after this. I mean, e7 is coming up too. So, and if you play knight e5, it's just going to be an advantage for white. You know, pawns are weak. You know, dark squares are. This pawn is weak as well. h4 is coming up. So, but Ray had something very strong prepared. Knight f4, and now a very important moment here. Things are starting to hang, and the light squares are a little bit weak. Knight h4. That's just the blunder. That's a game losing blunder. Knight f5 to h4. So I should play knight to d2 as one option. That's I like this, because now if g6 is played, I can just go knight h4. So now just remove the knight from there. So g6, knight h4. Now simply c4. It's a good move. Now trying to put the knight here. White will still have an advantage here. I still like white's position here. Maybe even just g5. Similar thing happened in the game. He played g takes f4. Would be a queen takes, you know, here queen takes f3. Queen takes f3. Now you play queen d3. Now queen takes f4. Okay, and actually, despite being down a pawn, white's position is actually pretty okay here, you know, despite being down a pawn. So back to the game. Knight f4, knight d2, knight h4. White has an advantage here, but instead here, knight played here, and now this is actually a losing move, g5. You can move the knight from h4, f3 is hanging, so you're going to have to take. Take now, knight is hanging, queen e2, takes. g8, c4, question mark, bc, rook b8. Rook b8 is a mistake. I would think the best is just to put the rook here and just start preparing the push and also pressure on e4. As you can see, white's position is completely collapsed here. So rook b8, rook c3, g4. Yeah, black doesn't have the nicest pawn structure. There are triple pawns, double pawns, but has good potential to attack. Queen c2 is probably the best move here. I go rook b5 and take the pawn. Knight d2. Check. And now coming back here. When the queen is on c3, you know, next move is just going to be the strong break with f5. It will attack the rook on c3 and also will put lots of pressure on e4. So, f5. Queen d4. And now simply rook g8. Now the red is ready to go rook to g1. And you cannot take. If you take, just simply takes. I think this is the best option. You should have done this and played this position, but unfortunately there is a move d3. I'm putting pressure here, picking up the knight. So that being said, he played now rook g1 is very strong. He took on h4, and now if you check, maybe there is some knight f1 defense, some potential. So it's better to try to bring one more piece into the game. That way you have all the pieces in the game, and that is rook b2. Rook coming to b2, now putting pressure here. If knight, you know, if you'd say you go here, you actually just get mated. Check. It's a mate. And a mate. Okay. Queen e1, rook takes e1. queen e3 check. G1 check. Yeah, so that's an idea. So now the other option would have been to play the move knight f1, for example here. There's no immediate mate you can see, but here I think in this case simply just open up the position. Your queen has to control the f2 square. You don't have time to do this because you're just going to get mated here. Okay. There, rook takes c4. And just give mate. And give a mate here. So excellent play here by Ray Robson. I really like how he played this game. I also thought Elshan did quite well in the opening, but right around here in a late middle game where things started to go, again, you have everything done correctly here for white. You have to go for f5. You have to try to get that counterplay going, because if you don't, you're just going to be in an uncomfortable position. So it's very important to choose a plan and you stick with it. Okay, so that's a very important concept. And be very careful, guys, when you push the pawns in front of the king. Even for experienced grandmaster like MORADIABADI, like g3, it does weaken the position. If there are no queens on the board, it's okay maybe to do this. But with the queens on, I would be very, very cautious to do this because it does really weaken the position. So to be able to, keep it safe, a5 would have been the best option. a5, cancel. This is how the game would have developed. This here. I think I would you can play g3 here if you really want, this case, because now he's tied up with the defense here, or you can play the next one. You can even just play c4. Put a knight here. You can go here. Let's say something like this occurs. That goes on d5. Fine. But again, it's something you don't have to do. Even here, if you play g3, it's fine because now you already have some pressure here, and he's tied up to the defense here. So here actually would have been okay to do it. g3, king h8, h4, king g2. Let's say here. Well, king g2 here, there is knight f4. That would be a problem. So you have to be careful there, guys. So h5, h6, knight h4, getting the knight in here. Yeah, so, but yeah, after g3, things turn around pretty quickly. a5 was a good move. And then queen h5, excellent move. And then knight f4. And black is taking over the game here. And Ray Robson won the game. Thank you, everybody, for watching this game. Make sure to subscribe to 1000 GM YouTube channel so you can see all the new content. So this is round 8 recap of the tournament. We'll have some more recap videos coming up from the US Open Championship and also US Women's Championship. Make sure to check out those videos as well from the Women's Championship. There were some very exciting games from that tournament. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.